Hi, my name is Nick Stimac. My presentation today is on supply chain management. At P&G, we decided to stop being so company centric and started being customer centric and demand driven. We found when you do that, some amazing things happen. This is a quote taken from Ralph Dreher, former chief logistics officer at Procter and Gamble, talking about how supply chain management and how useful it can be if we apply it to different aspects of business. The objective of this presentation is to introduce and provide information on supply chain management and talk a little bit about its importance. In this presentation, I'll talk about the definition of supply chain management, the history of change management and how it came to be, how it is used in business and the different applications it could be used for, challenges and obstacles that come with it, where it is today, and some notable companies. Supply chain management is the oversight of materials, information, and finances as they move in a process from supplier to manufacturer to wholesaler to retailer to consumer. Supply chain management involves coordinating and integrating these flows both within and among companies. It is said that the ultimate goal of any effective supply chain management system is to reduce inventory. Supply chain management represents an effort by suppliers to develop and implement supply chains that are efficient and economical as possible. Both industrial engineering and operations research have their roots in logistics. Frederick Taylor, who wrote the Principles of Scientific Management in 1911, is considered the father of industrial engineering, focused his early research on how to improve manual loading processes. In the 1940s and 50s, the focus of logistics research was to use mechanizations to improve the very labor-intensive process of material handling and how to take better advantage. By the 1960s, a clear trend developed in shifting more time-dependent freight transportation to trucks rather than rail. Prior to the 1960s, virtually all transactions in record-keeping were done manually. The computerization of this data opened the door to a huge opportunity for innovations in logistics planning, from random storage in warehouses to optimization of inventory and truck routing. The technologies, particularly those from operations research, that researchers had to point out only been able to examine in theoretical models had now become much closer to reality. The 1980s marked the beginning of a sea change in logistics in the history of supply chain management. The emergence of personal computers, tremendously better computer access to planners, and a new graphical environment for planning. This spawned a new technology, including flexible spreadsheets and map-based interfaces. The logistics boom was fueled further in the 1980s by the emergence of ERP. These systems were motivated in part by the material requirements planning systems. Globalization of manufacturing since the mid-1990s, particularly the growth of manufacturing in China. The U.S. imports from China grew from about $45 billion per year in 1995 to more than $280 billion per year in 2006. Supply management has several advantages in the business world. Your business can increase profits without increasing sales. You can do this by reducing your supply costs. This can include the supplies themselves and the cost of shipping, storing, or retrieving them. This is known as supply chain. You can keep supply chain expenses down by managing every phase of the business process. Efficient supply chain management has other cost benefits. Eliminating redundant steps, for example, saves salary costs by ensuring workers don't waste time on unnecessary procedures. By eliminating redundant steps, companies now have also more cash and resources spent elsewhere they didn't have before. Supply chain management improves operations management. With supply chain management, you are able to get rid of spreadsheets, and by doing so, are able to use the most up-to-date information available. Also, by having an improved operations management, you can segment your business base and also involve your employees in how they can impact the customers. Supply chain management improves overall business functions. It is expected to increase an organization's market share, return on investment, and improve overall competitive position. For example, strategic supplier partnership has been reported to yield organizations specific benefits in terms of financial performance. Advanced design and logistics links with suppliers are related to better performing plans. Supply chain management practices impact not only overall business performance, but also competitive advantage of an organization. Supply chain management leads to happier customers. Customer relation practices have also been shown to lead to significant improvement in organizational performance. The higher the level of information sharing is associated with the lower total cost, the higher order fulfillment rate, and the shorter order cycle time. Increased customer satisfaction means greater profitability because loyal, satisfied customers provide long-term revenues and reduce costs. Supply chain management maintains better trust between partners. One of the most critical factors in a committed and collaborative relationship between supply chain partners is trust. If trust is present, it can improve the chances of a successful supply chain relationship. The main components in trust and supply are honesty, loyalty, and fairness, openness, and competence. There are many advantages that come with supply chain management, and there are also many challenges that come with it. One of these main challenges is strategy alignment. If you don't get this right, nothing else will work. If your goals and objectives don't match up, then you're doomed from the start. The second challenge is cost labor. Labor costs have been on the rise in the past several years. It's very difficult to get caught up in this and go along with the flow. With supply chain management, you need to know what you are buying and how much of you are buying. There's no need to spend money unnecessarily on things. The third challenge is planning and risk alignment. Assigning roles to people can be very tricky and can ultimately lead to the downfall of your company if not assigned correctly. Planning is everything, and people know what their job is and what is going on in the company. This is very crucial for companies in supply chain management. The top three supply chain management companies in order go Apple, McDonald's, and Amazon. So basically, in summary, supply chain management is the oversight of materials, information, and finances as they move in a process from supplier to manufacturer to wholesaler to retailer to customer. The ultimate goal of supply chain management is reduce inventory and end with a happy customer. These are my references, and that's it.